Hello, everybody. I am. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit right now about grief and grieving. Um, my father passed away in March, and I'm. I noticed something like I don't talk about it at all. I don't. I don't even really talk about it even to family. Like I don't talk about it. It's not like I don't act like it didn't happen. I literally, it's like I'm pretty sure that I'm still in denial because when I think about it, I still do this. Like, huh? Is it really? Are you sure? Like, no way. Bozo was his nickname. Bozo. Like, I go, Bozo's not dead. Bozo is don't even make sense. It sounds crazy, but I know he is, like, but I'm pretty sure that I'm in denial. But I don't, I've always heard people, you hear people talking or whatever. Someone will mention, my mom passed or my dad passed or my grandparents or, one of my grandparents or something. And everyone goes, you know, oh, I'm so sorry. And like, I know whenever I hear someone say it, I'd like, you don't know what to say. Like it's one of those moments where there is no right thing to say. It's just listen, but you feel bad if you sit there and you don't say anything. So first thing you think of is sorry. I'm sorry, for your loss. But like I hate that moment. Like I hate that moment. So I don't even tell people. Like most of the people here in Georgia that I know don't know that my dad just passed, and I talk to him plenty, like, but I just don't mention it. Like, I, I'm, you can't really go through the grieving process. I think if you're still in like a little denial, about it, just kind of, and when I think about it, I think about it on a logical standpoint of whenever anyone mentions anything about somebody dying, like, um, my best friend's cousin just, was killed, like, this week, this like last Friday, right? And I, like, my thought is always the same thing. It's, well, none of us are going to make it out of this thing called life alive. Like people get very wrapped up in this and, you know, grieving those who leave when the reality is that that's kind of the point. Like we all come, you came here out of nowhere and you're going to leave out of nowhere. Like if that's just what it is. Like, but when someone dies and they're younger, it's it's hard it's harder to grasp because that's a long time to have to now go without that, without that person, or the closer you were to them, it's like now you got to go the rest of your days. And like if they were really a big part of your schedule and what you do, and this there literally is something missing, like day to day something is missing, and so it takes longer to kind of get past it. But I always like when like my father was actively dying, like he was in hospice, and I just, because I knew he was going, I was kind of already like ready, for it. But still, even once it happened, it was just like, no way, And now I can't imagine. Like I can see his face and see him doing the same thing he always does, and he did the same. It's one of those people who always was doing the same thing, and so it's hard to believe that he's not somewhere doing that thing. That he always, his tongue sticking out of his mouth a little bit, is, cutting his fingernails, or like this. the little things. It's very, very weird. It's odd stuff. Like I always hear people say like no one grieves the same. Like everyone grieves differently. And I'm like, I just wonder personally myself if I'm even grieving yet. I don't think that I've hit that process yet. And it's a little bit worrying because if I haven't and this isn't it, then what will it look like? I don't think I'll have some kind of breakdown. I think I've accepted it on a level of I've decided not to accept it. I actually did something similar to this when a friend of mine passed in 2006, Sean. I literally made the decision. I even told his mother that I thought that was what I would probably do is just decide, like, make a conscious decision to not accept it. To not have an expectation that he would still be, that he would come around or that I would see him, but just to decide not to accept that he was dead. Like, because I could not really wrap my brain around the idea of it, so I just kind of decided to not accept it. And I kind of think that might be what's happening with my dad. Like, it's like, why not just go the rest of my life and just pretend he's not? Not say he's not, but just, I mean, just, like, because I didn't see him I live in Georgia, he lived in Maryland, like, I could just pretend like he is sitting on the couch in the old house, watching TV with his fishing pole and all that. Why can't I just do that? I didn't see him every day anyway. Like, so, I don't know if that's okay, but it's maybe that probably is my grieving process. Denial. My drug of choice is denial. But I heard a video and a lady was talking about um how, the grieving process is not just when people die. Like, it's also just when you just generally lose someone, like, say, ex-boyfriend, husband, best friend. Like, just when something that was there is now not. That there's a grieving process that you have to go through for that, and if you don't, then you won't heal properly. And I thought that was just genius. Like, that is grieving. And it is it. You don't have to explain your loss and your way you feel about what's been lost. Only you have to feel those feelings. So only you have to understand them. Like, so, and grieving sucks ass. I'm gonna tell you, it sucks. It sucks. But we all will have to go through it. Uh, Everyone will have to experience that, just like we will all have to experience death. This life is not intended forever. It is intended, you know, today. Today is the only thing that is the guarantee. So if they're here now and you love them, you tell them, I love you. And if you don't, you'll have to pray it. And I hope that God will let them know, because you won't be able to tell them yourself. And with that, I say, peace out.